You're officially at your first 4-star drill. We're going to add on to the double edit up and finish off with a wall edit. This is called a triple edit, and you'll definitely hear people talk about triple edits a lot in Fortnite. This is not going to be easy, so let's talk about some keys to making this happen. The order I typically find the easiest to do is doing a double tile edit on your floor, so opening it up a little bit wider so it doesn't get in the way. Then do a single edit on the cone, and finally do a triangle edit on the wall. Just like now we're on to one of the classic beginner building moves. A single edit while ramping upwards. So what you want to do is place a ramp and then place a floor or a cone. It's best to practice with cones on the top of your ramps. And after placing the cone, edit the cone. You would use this move when trying to push up to somebody on high ground, because every single time you place a cone, it blocks that angle from above, and then when you edit, practice quickly placing that ramp and cone to block any of their shots as if they were spraying at you. This makes it so that you can safely push up to somebody on high ground. Now that you've learned single edits up, we move on to single edits down. The way I recommend practicing this is just editing a floor, dropping through that edit while placing a wall and then a cone. You could land on a floor instead of a cone as well. This would be used for if you're in a build fight and you're trying to drop and claim somebody's wall. That wall you're placing while dropping down, if it was the enemy's wall, you could then set up a right-hand peek and deal some damage. But this is just the basics of it. We're really just trying to get comfortable with building. Here you're going to be practicing building walls and ramps while running sideways, just like in the video. Let's imagine there's players to the right of you and you're building these walls and ramps to protect yourself. This is called double layering, which is super important. Have you ever played a game of Fortnite and bullets are just flying through your builds while you're holding a wall? Well, the way you stop that is by doing this. You double layer so that they have to shoot through 2 sets of builds. Basically, if you were just standing still holding a wall and a ramp, you would just cycle between your wall and your ramp build and just keep spamming those if you're getting sprayed at. That would make it so bullets don't bleed through. Let's say you're running away from a player, or you're in endgame and you just need to block behind you really quick because you're afraid someone's about to pump you from that direction. All you have to do is look down, place a floor and a ramp. If there's already a floor underneath you, you just place the ramp obviously, but that will quickly block your angle and you won't need to turn around and place a wall. So you can keep your momentum moving forward and keep on creating distance. Now we're getting back to some of the more classic double edits. We're going to add on to that drill from earlier doing a single edit up, and now we're doing a double. So you place a ramp, floor, and cone, and then do 2 edits. Practice doing a variety, sometimes go through the left, sometimes through the right, and sometimes do a wide edit where you confirm 2 tiles. But one thing to keep in mind is don't confirm 2 tiles like 2 on the left or 2 on the right, because if you do that, it's going to expose you from behind in a fight. For example, try it out. Go ramp, floor, cone, and then confirm the 2 left tiles on both your floor and your cone. By doing the double on the cone, it basically opens up behind you. But now do it where you only do 1 tile on the cone. Your back will be blocked. It doesn't matter if you confirm 2 tiles on the floor, but with the cone, you usually just want to do 1. Editing the front center 2 tiles is fine because as you can see, it still blocks your back. It's just the left and right tiles. Try to avoid doing that. Now we're going to add on from the single edit down drill and do 2 edits, where you edit through a floor and cone, rather than just a floor. So do the double edit and then place a wall and land on a cone.